Hello everyone and welcome back to another unit comparison in Wargame Red Dragon, and specifically in the Scandinavia Coalition. Today we're going to be talking about shock infantry. You do have a couple of options here since it is three factions thrown together, and you'll usually see something like Livgarden 85, and Stormer, who have different capabilities as well as different vehicles. And we also do have a plot twist for you in this one as well. So Orangina, you want to sort of tell us what's good to use here in Scandinavia for shocks?
Yeah, so with regards to Storm and Livgarden, it really just depends what kind of transport you want them in. If you want them in a cheap box, you're going to probably take the Livgardens or the Livgarden 85s. Same with your Dragoneers box, the M113G has a Browning and has 2 front armor, which makes it pretty good in grinds. And it's basically, with regards to the base Livgarden and the base Stormer, they're basically the same. And the difference in which you'd want to take the Stormer is that they have the option of the CV90. This is a super good IFE. Bushmaster 2 is probably one of the best autocannons in the game. And combined with strong armor, it makes it expensive, but it's definitely a viable pick if you want to just kind of trample on other IFEs.
Gotcha, but then it looks like you also have things like the NM135, which, as we said yesterday, is usually pretty solid for the point cost. Plus, you do have wheels with the 186 NO, and I guess my question to you is, particularly for a general deck, if you are looking at liking Stormer for this role, how do you sort of decide? Do you want them fast? Do you want them in something that can fight with the Bushmaster too? How do you make that pick?
So it really just depends what my other infantry options are. I think the wheels are definitely a solid choice because, like, a lot of your infantry doesn't come in wheels. Your Dragoneers obviously don't have wheels. The Kustjägeri, which are your elites, they either have kind of bad wheels or they have the helicopter. So if you want good wheeled shocks, Stormer are pretty viable.
Now, I
If you
think
don't
you
really
said also you had a bit of a plot twist for us here. Do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, so in my own deck, I found I really like the Norlandsegri, and that's kind of the gimmick of Scandinavia. You have a lot of these 15-man or 5-man HB infantries, which have pretty unique stats. Norlandsegri are unique because they have a 5-point wheeled transport that's unarmored, but they get places real fast. They have a recoilless rifle, so they can pop things at a range, and most importantly, they're 15 men, as you can see, and they can just survive a lot more than, say, your Livgarden or your Stormer can.
Now, I do want to ask you a question about this as well, because I think you said during our line of infantry comparison that the KSP F58 is not quite as good as the MG3 or the Licta MG3. Is that a crucial thing here, or does the 15 strength and staying power make up for that a little bit?
So in a 1v1, it's likely that the Norlands would become stunned and panicked faster than either Livgarden or Stormer. So if comparing it that way, they're at a bit of a disadvantage. But when you start to use these things in stacks, like when you start buying 2 or 3 of these compared to 2 or 3 Livgarden, they'll start being a lot more survivable, and I think it's worth it in the end run compared to in the big picture.
Gotcha. Well, that is pretty helpful for me personally. I do struggle with my Scandinavia infantry selection. So that's going to be it for unit comparison today. We should be picking up tomorrow with another one.